Hello and welcome to BOI Weekly. I'm Kayode Alayande. Shortly after Nigeria's economy was rebased in 2013, the movie industry, also called Nollywood, emerged as one of the key contributors to the country's economic growth, accounting for $7.2 billion, a figure that has continued to grow ever since. In pushing that figure higher, the Bank of Industry's support for the creative industry remains matchless. So far, BOI has invested over 1 billion naira supporting entrepreneurs in Nollywood under its product called NollyFund. That's aside other capacity building initiatives targeted at the same sector. Owing to its bias for supporting women and young people who really demonstrate undeniable passion and competence in their endeavor, BOI recently supported a young Nigerian lady who approached them to fill a funding gap in her feature film called Issoken. New entrant writer, producer and director Jadisola Oshiberu in her work Issoken features well-known industry acts like Dakoria Konde, Funke Akindele, Patrick Doyle and a debutant, Bolanle Olukoni. The movie is now ready for the screens. It was unveiled at a press conference held recently in Lagos, and here is how it unfolded. Stay close.
My name is Dr. Zimmerman. I do hope we have the most productive period together over the course of the week.
You've been given the mandate to nominate the new CEO.
Since the Bank of Industry launched the 1 billion naira Nolly Fund a couple of years back with the aim of providing needed financial support for filmmakers and producers, several movies that were once dreams have made it to the cinemas and performed creditably well. They include The CEO, Three Wise Men, and Ayama, just to mention a few.
Formal commencement of Prince Darima's marital rights to Princess Ama.
But you must make me a charm to have him under my control day and night.
Prince Darima, Obonikbai song is down with a strange illness.
Here is yet another movie funded by the Bank of Industry, Issoken, the movie.
This is Reme.
Oh, good evening, ma. She's married.
And this is Issoken.
For the Bank of Industry, this occasion is another opportunity to show that endless possibilities abound when talents in Nigeria's entertainment sector get required support. The management of the Bank of Industry and the production team of the new movie are all here in this room filled with journalists and movie enthusiasts to unveil Issoken. The head of the creative department of the Bank of Industry, Mrs. Uche Unka, speaks about how focused and passionate about her work the producer, Jadisola Oshiberu, is. They found her irresistible from the first meeting. BOI supported the project by filling the funding gap.
We saw a young lady that had the passion, the zeal, and the strength to drive what we needed around the upcoming producers. The title she gave to us was also interesting. Initially, we thought it was an epic title. We were not too comfortable with it, but I tell you, 5 minutes with Jade, you will not but want to listen to her. I saw somebody that was proficient and well prepared for what she had. So we listened to her, and I'm proud to say that what I saw after the first discussion and what I felt was what she delivered. The title was not a scaring thing to me anymore because the content came out very rich. We supported the film, yes, but what we supported was the gap. She needed to fill a gap, and BOI supported that gap.
The executive producer, Issoken, the movie, Dr. Yemi Ogumbi, praises Jadisola for giving her all to this project, saying the end justifies the means. He also urges the media to be unbiased about its review of the work and support it based on its merit.
For me, this is something I'm very passionate about because Jadisola is like my daughter. And so from day one, I was involved in this. And it was nice to see Jade go from, you know, Jade used to be like twice this size. If you remember that. Well, she said someone said 3 times. No, and I'm not being, but to see Jade go through this experience, and what she put into this movie was everything she had. Her entire life was in this thing. And I said, we must support her to the very end. And what you're going to see when you see, I've not seen anything in full. I've seen sketches of this movie. But it's such a brilliant thing. And to know that you had a daughter you lived with, you didn't know she had this gift, this tremendous talent. When you see this experience, it's something that will move you. I see a lot of movies. I am a great lover of Nollywood films. I don't disparage them. I don't speak ill of them. I know that they will grow. But this is a first-class movie. And I have no doubt at all that it's going to go places. So I am delighted to be here. I'm very proud of her. I'm very happy that I was part of this from day one. When we first went to Bank of Industry, when we got there, Wahid called Uche here, and we then got talking. At that time, they were saying to themselves, what is this one again? This young lady, what does she want? But I knew that once they listened to her, Jadi and had her out, they'll be convinced. I'm delighted that this has worked out that way. I know that, again, I'm praying that we can get this off the ground so that there's no piracy to it. We can at least earn some money back and pay back the banks for the support they gave us. But what I'd like the media to do is to be dispassionate about this in terms of analysis. Just see this as a work of art, and let's give it what it deserves, by way of review, by way of commitment, by way of assistance, so that it can grow into something much bigger. We need to assist the media industry in our country. And the media has a key role to play in that regard. And I've said so to my colleagues in the media. We have to play a key role. If the media is going to grow in this country, a big part of that job is also in our hands as media persons. It happens everywhere in the world. I mean, all the big Hollywood films you see also thrive on the leave of the good works of the media, what the media says of them and does of them. And that's part of the job. That's part of the selling bit. In our country, sometimes we tend to knock our own work and then say, but it's Nollywood, it's not. And I've always said from day one that Nollywood would grow into something very big. And in fact, before our very eyes, it's beginning to happen.
For the new entrant filmmaker and producer, Jadesola Oshiberu, the whole experience of trying to get the movie off the ground, from raising money to the actual filming, was a life-changing process. She then tells the audience about the philosophy behind the movie, whilst appreciating some of the seasoned talents that featured in the work.
This seed was sown about 3 years ago, and it took a while for it to come through with the BOI as well. And I couldn't, the first person after probably my parents that I went to was Uncle Yemi Ogunbi, and he was very supportive from day one. As he said, he did take me to the BOI as well. And that whole experience of even trying to raise the money for the film and the support for the film, whilst it was challenging, it was also very character building for me as well. Issoken is a very personal story, I think. It's a story that a lot of young people and young women in Nigeria share. It's about a 34-year-old woman who's successful in her career and has a lot of family and friends that love her. However, she's not married. And so there's a lot of pressure. As a lot of people know, that's the Nigerian story. Even with men, I would say, there's a lot of pressure to get married, to fit into ideas of what success means, you know, which are marriage, children, all these things. And whilst those are all very good things, sometimes it can put people in a box, and they very hard try to fit into what other people want them to be. So it's a story of how this woman navigates her life and the people around her to basically stand up for herself and say, you know what, this is what I want for myself. This is what success means to me. I was lucky to actually meet Akore and for her to actually agree to be in this film. She is amazing in the film. I can't wait for everybody to see it. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing, super talented. I was also very lucky to have actually an array of seasoned actors and very highly professional people, Patrick Doyle being one of them, who plays Dakore's father in the film, Funke Akindele, Tina Mba, Lydia Forson from Ghana, Damilola Degbite, Bolanle, this is her first film, but Bolanle was, in fact, fact, sublime in this film. I can't wait to see you in even more work. Yeah, so it was a very, very good experience. It was challenging, as with, I'm sure any filmmaker in Nigeria will tell you, very challenging, but I think it's already rewarding, and I can only imagine where we're going to go with it. So I'm very happy that today has come, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the experience.